Hello again. This is LA Dan. Rashida. Damn, Rashida, you were on a long one today. Son of a bacon bean. And I do mean bacon, the pork. Because you did like 3 videos today. Didn't really talk about much. Well, you did, but you didn't. But boy, you sure got your dandruff up. Let's start out with Rashida. Do you really believe that you talking about your darkism and everything, and that you're the first and only one, and you're the only reason why people bring up darkism and all that happy horse shit stuff that you like talking about? But you're always talking about this one TV program. And you're talking about this gal that's an attorney on this program, and about this other guy that I guess they're dating or whatever. I don't know. I'm just going off of what you were talking about. And that she's a lawyer and she makes a lot of money. But he don't. But she's dark skinned, and that's all that matters. Because by God, lawyers, they make a lot of money. And she deserves to be able to do stuff. And be able to take it and have a dark skinned man. Well, let's first off deal with the lawyer part. You see, as most everybody around me knows, I drove truck. And I drove truck for a long time. For like 30 some years. And in that time, probably the last 10 years of driving truck, I got to come across doctors, lawyers, a lot of real professional people that you wouldn't necessarily think would be driving truck. But they were, because they can make more money. You see, unless you work for those big law firms, or you fall into a right niche or something, you don't make a lot of money as an attorney. It's not the way it works, Rashida. You see, before you go talking about attorneys, you have talked to attorneys, haven't you? I almost forgot. You have lawsuits. And you talking about attorneys and stuff about how much they cost. Well, there's a reason why they cost that much, Rashida. Takes a lot of money to run a law practice. Not everybody's got that kind of money. But we're going to get into some of that stuff too. Because, that stuff is just a little bit hard to justify why things are the way they are. Then you come up and you want to be jumping up all and down and everything, and you're all pissed off. You know how the black female should be treated with respect because they're the ones that built the United States. Because all the black men come out of your pussies. And that black men ought to take and uphold black women. Well, if they're going to act like you, that ain't never going to happen because there ain't no man going to put up with that bullshit. And then you want to take it and want to bitch about, the black man. Well, let's look at a few little things here, Rashida. You see, you're talking about them jumping from one black woman to another. And it was starting to sound like, maybe your light-skinned boyfriend dumped your ass. And you're all in your feelings about something. Really bad. I mean, really bad today. Because you wanted to take it and jump all over, black men. Well, you see, there's a little problem with your theory there, Rashida. You see, most black men that you want to talk about are in jail because of a black woman, or in prison because of a black woman, or they're in prison because of the white man and the legal system. Take your pick there. You see, as much as you want to blame the black man and everything about your problems and darkism, and you want to say that, well, the white people ain't all the problem, which they're not. I gotta agree with you on that. But see, the white government took it and give all you black women food stamps and housing and all that stuff, and said, you can't have a man in the house. Oh, you can have all the kids in the world that you want. You just can't have the man in the house. Now, as much as you want to blame the black man, the black woman's way worse. Because the one thing I will agree with you on is that the white man did step in. But you see, the white man government took it and did that to all the cultures that go on those programs. And that was by design. You see, you, with that master's degree in political science, should know that. And some dumb hick out in the sticks shouldn't be the one having to explain that to you. About why the world is the way it is. You see, with all those schooling and everything that you want to claim that you have, you're still dumber than a bag of rocks or a sack of hammers, as we used to say. Oh, wait a minute. I think we still do say that. Either or. The point being is that Rashida, the black woman, embraced that. You see, the poor black man don't have a fighting chance with you women, because you just kick them out. And, you know, you're wanting to take it and blame the black man for all your problems. The black man and the white man did not create your problems, Rashida, with the PhD and the everything else and political science. You create your own problems. You know, you go find problems where there's no problems. And then if there's no problems, then you got to go create the problem and blame everything. And I'm going to call bullshit on that. You see, it still takes two people to make a baby. And I don't care what culture or what on the human race, still takes two people. Takes a woman, takes a man. The responsibilities are put out equally. And more states are recognizing that stuff. So, because like the state that I live in Oregon, it's almost guaranteed if you separate from your wife or whoever the father and mother are, chances are going to be pretty good that you're going to get joint custody. So they're starting to cut out, when they do that, child support. Which is a good thing. Instead of taking and arresting somebody for not paying child support, take away their driver's license, putting them in jail. See, jail don't solve the problem of child support. It creates it. Creates it where the man can't work to pay it. You put somebody in jail, how are they going to pay the child support if he can't work? That's only common sense. Taking away the driver's license, then they can't go back and forth to work. Again, how are you going to pay your child support? You see, those were supposed to be incentives to take in and get people to pay their child support. Except for sometimes, you get in a jam or you don't have enough money and they want to overcharge you on that stuff, and they want to do all kinds of bullshit stuff to men about paying child support. And I've come over my years of figuring out child support ain't such a great idea. I like more where it's 50-50 custody. Make them both be there. Make them both responsible. Then you got a lot more fairness. Now, you still get some women that are going to be bitches and want to take in and say shit. And it does go the other way, but not near as much. So, you just can't keep blaming white people for shit. Because you guys get a lot more advantages. Because I never had an advantage. Even when I was promised shit, I didn't get them. My dad being in the military, I was promised all kinds of different things. Never panned out. Military changed their mind. Didn't get it. But you know what? I didn't cry over spilt milk. I moved on. Oh, and the last one where you are not quite the last one, but pretty close, where you come out just screaming like a lunatic and you were demanding money and you did your silent protest on top of that because you wasn't getting no donations. You feel entitled that people should be giving you money, and when somebody took in and donated $5, you went off on them. Somebody donated their hard-earned money to you, and it was $5. But you wanted to take and call it darkism because of saying that, if you was a light-skinned woman, that it would have been more. That's a bad assumption, Rashida. Really bad. To sit back there when somebody took in and donated to you $5, a cup of coffee, and you want to bitch about it. You're another one of those that want to sit there and think that everybody ought to take in and donate $100 or $1,000 in donations, or you don't want it. That's arrogance. And you ain't big enough to be that arrogant. Want to say that you've been doing this and everything, and you created this movement. Well, you know what? Movements go so far and then they stop. That's what a movement does. They move so far and then they stop. That's a bunch of horse shit, Rashida, what you did to that person that took it and donated that $5. I hope nobody ever donates to you again because of that. You ungrateful fucking bitch. That's what you are. An ungrateful fucking bitch. I don't care how mad you get at what's going on in your personal life or lawsuits or whatever. Somebody donates money to you and you go off on them. You don't deserve another fucking dime. Ever. To go off on somebody over $5 of their hard-earned money that wanted to give you something. I hope that person took it and got their money back and never comes back and talks to you ever again. You ungrateful fucking bitch. Anyway, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and leave a comment. This is LA Den, signing out.